Hmm. Do you struggle with family heirloom clutter, where you have a bunch of things in your home that you didn't necessarily want but were passed down to you from older generations in your family just because maybe you had the space for it? Well, you're in luck because today we are going to review the book No Thanks, Mom by Elizabeth Stewart, PhD, here on Get Organized with Jodi. Hi, I'm Jodi Granok. I'm a certified professional organizer with over 15 years in the field. And like many of you, I enjoy reading books all about getting organized and decluttering, but there's a lot of them out there. So I'm going to make it a little easier for you. And today we are continuing our series on some of my favorite books that deal with getting organized. And the book that we're going to focus on today is a great one. I carry this with me in my work bag many, many times to show clients. It's a great resource book, and it's called No Thanks, Mom. It is written by Elizabeth Stewart, PhD. It was published in 2017, and it is a short, stout little book, 97 pages, a lot of nice pictures in it. The official full title of this book is No Thanks, Mom: The Top 10 Objects Your Kids Do Not Want and What to Do with Them. So that kind of sums it up right there. But let me tell you a little bit about Elizabeth. She is a certified member of the Appraisers Association of America and has over 30 years of appraisal experience. She's actually one of only a few individuals that are nationally qualified in donation appraisals for charity purposes, which is required by the IRS for tax deductions. And she has a weekly Ask the Appraiser column in the Santa Barbara News Press and hosts a weekly radio show in Santa Barbara on KZSB. So, the main idea that Elizabeth focuses on in her book is she's talking about how the items that we value and place significance on have really changed, especially in the past 30 years, due to the speed and mobility of our lives in the 21st century. Things have gotten a lot more fast paced, things have gotten a lot more technological. And she focuses not solely, but she focuses on the difference between what baby boomers have and what millennials want. Because at the time of the writing of this book, that is what she was coming across. Baby boomers who are downsizing or passing away, and their children who are the millennials or maybe even grandchildren, and how their tastes are very different, these two generations. So she outlines 10 categories of items that the younger generations do not want and gives case study examples from her years of experience. And then she also gives suggestions on what to do with these items besides trying to pass them down to family members. So here's a list of the top 10 objects going from 10 to 1, 1 being the one that seems to happen the most. Yeah? So number 10, books. Why books? Well, if you think of the younger generation, they may not even be purchasing actual physical books anymore. They might be reading all their books on their phones or tablets. Number 9 is paper ephemera. That's just a fancy way of talking about pieces of paper that were only supposed to have a short lifespan, but we have collected them for reasons, who knows, right? So think of things like ticket stubs, newspapers or newspaper articles, postcards, greeting cards, things that really should have a short shelf life, and yet. Number 8 would be a bunch of different kinds of things: steamer trunks, sewing machines, film projectors, old electronics, and old school TVs. Think of the, round ones that we used to call the boob tubes instead of the nice flat ones that we use today. Number 7, porcelain figurine collections and those Bradford Exchange cabinet plates. Things that you would see commercials for on TV. Number 6, silver plated objects. Number five, heavy, dark, antique furniture. Just not the ideal anymore. Number four, Persian rugs. Number three, linens. Number two, sterling silver flatware and crystal wine services. And can you guess what the number one object would be? The thing that people just don't want anymore and everybody used to have. It's fine porcelain dinnerware, aka good china. Yeah? So at the end of the book, what I really found fascinating is Elizabeth offers this snapshot of the personality traits and the lifestyle habits of four specific generations. So she talks about what they might want to have in their house and what they value and what they think about trends and things like that. So here are the four generations that she profiles in the book. So we have the silent generation. These are people that were born between 1928 and 1945. We have the baby boomers, very large group of people born between 1946 and 1964. Then you've got my generation, Gen Xers, born between 1965 and 1980. And she ends with the millennials who were born between 1981 and 1997. Now remember, she wrote this book in 2017. So at the time, the millennials were probably the youngest group that would be having a place to live of their own. So even though we do have another generation after millennials, they weren't focused on in this book. Now, if you want to see my list of recommendations for organizing books and products, you can visit this page of my website, organizingmagic.com/resources. You can also check out the playlist I have, which I'll put a link to right here up in the upper right corner, of other organizing books that I've already made videos for. I encourage you to visit organizingmagic.com for more organizing resources, including our free e-newsletter and information about our monthly Zoom webinars, which are also free. And remember that new videos drop every Friday, so be in the know and click like and subscribe before you go, so you never miss a single video. I'll see you next time.